boys, it is truly an honor and a privilege to be in the presence of this man, one of my favorite all-time guitar players, the one and only Slash. How you doing, man?
Wow, I'm feeling very humbled at this point. I wasn't expecting all that.
It's good to see you, man. So, looks like you guys got a brand new record out. It's on Koch, which is kind of interesting because you were on a major before, but you've kind of gone independent now.
Well, it's a lot of things have changed over the years. I mean, when I was in Guns N' Roses and it first started, and it was just like a fledgling whatever band, Geffen at that time was more of an independent label as well, especially compared to all the big companies. And over the years, it basically got bought out, went over to Interscope. And so once I saw that whole corporate thing happen, and I started to get uncomfortable with this massive staff and all the different kinds of music that are going on right now, and I had no control over the industry side of things, I started looking for some of the people that got either fired or quit from the majors that were out there doing independence to try and find a small team of really cool people. And I ended up with a couple friends of mine that come out of New York, and there's just a really cool label, and they're very tight-knit, and that way I just have more say over exactly every aspect of what happens with the It's that whole corporate thing, and I've always been against that since, way back in the day. And so trying to at least retain that kind of personable business sense, and also for the band to feel comfortable, and also so I can deal with people on a one-to-one basis as opposed to going through the secretary who goes through the understudy who go da-da-da-da.
Exactly, yeah. There's nothing worse than having to, call the assistant of the assistant.
Right. And you can never reach the other guy or the head guy because he's off in Guam somewhere.
Yeah, in Guam. So talk a little bit about this record. It's called Ain't Life Grand?
Right. Ain't Life Grand, in a nutshell, was one of those things when I was out jamming here and jamming there and all these different clubs and different sessions and whatever. I started hooking up with the guys who were in the band, one after another. And I thought, I should do Snake Pit with these guys. We'll have mutual interests and so on. So we went so against the grain to make this record. That's why it's called Ain't Life Grand, because it was like no matter what kind of obstacle you stuck in front of us, we were going to pull this thing off, which we did.
Yeah.
But I mean, we had some really hard times making it. I mean, just the whole process of putting it together, the business side, cleaning up all my legal stuff from Guns N' Roses, old managers, new managers, old attorneys, new attorneys.
The record not a drag when you have to do all that. Huh?
And when we finished it, and we worked with Jack Douglas, who's no stranger to
great records.
He's did a great records.
Great sounding records.
He's also been very against the grain as well. And he was the guy that I originally wanted to do Appetite for Destruction when we first did that. But I think there was a little bit of a chemical dependency problem between some of us and him, and so the record company just
he's notorious for that. as well.
They just kept us separated, right? Yeah. So at this point, at this date in the game, he came on. We played a pre-production gig in Miami before we had picked a producer, and he came down, he saw us, and it was probably one of the most, screwed up gigs out of that whole little tour, but most volatile, if anything. And he goes, yeah, I like you guys. And so we hooked up with him, and we just sort of locked ourselves up in Snake Pit Studios and made it, and here it is. And so I'm really proud of it.
What are your favorite tracks off the record?
I am too close to all of them, so I couldn't really say. I love doing this song called Just Like Anything, which I love playing because it's just a real riff rock kind of, whatever, in-your-face song. But every single song on the record has a certain kind of significance in the making of the album altogether, as a whole. A lot of it was written towards the very tail end. We'd had all our equipment ripped off, this and that and the other, and we just kept going. And so every song has a sort of personal thing to it. So I can't really name one, but Anything is definitely one I love to play live.
we've been playing you on KOFX.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, and I busted out a track from the first Snakefoot album, Dime Store Rock. That's my favorite track.
That's actually one of the songs that me and Gilby worked on.
Yeah. Are you gonna be playing that tonight?
We're not gonna be playing that. But
too bad.
We're playing. We're gonna play Beggars and Hangers On tonight. I know that. Dime Store Rock I don't play because that was Gilby's thing, and I think it was on his record as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Too bad because I really like.
A little bit of trivia for you.
Actually, I have an old friend of yours in the house, and I want to bring him in right now. You got a minute?
Who's that?
Well, it's a surprise. One gentleman named Billy Rowe.
Oh, hey, man. What's happening? I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you?
10 years.
Yeah. No shit. Last time I saw you was in L.A.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Same old, man.
Right?
He's got a new band.
Somewhat, you know.
Right. We all have new bands.
We're actually label mates in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
'cause you're
didn't.
on JVC.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that till I got a magazine.
Are you gonna hang out tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out.
Yeah?
Of course.
Cool.
Get down to see you.
Yeah, that was a total surprise. I had no idea. But yeah, blew my mind. Anyway,
We could write a book together, bro.
right?
Uh-huh.
And we got stories from the city that go away. I was just talking about how we just on the radio. I was going, well, it was L.A. and San Francisco back and forth, and we used to come up and play with these guys all the time. And we had a mutual friend and musician that we were tight with, and so on and so
back
forth.
to the
It's a
Lizard
long
House.
story.
Remember
Right,
that?
Yeah. I still have one. I mean, I still have that
I
thing.
figured you
at home,
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up here. We just had a little reunion, a little blast from the past here. So thanks for being with us here on Reality Check.